What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Solution Station, your go-to spot for learning smarter, staying productive, and honestly, just getting things done without feeling like you're drowning in to-do lists. So, in today's video, we're diving into something that a lot of people are talking about lately. It's called the Pomodoro technique, and yeah, I know the name sounds kind of fancy, or even like a pizza topping, but trust me, it's a real productivity method. You might have seen it on TikTok, or maybe someone at school or work mentioned it. But the real question is, does it actually work, or is it just another productivity hack people talk about but don't really use? Well, let's break it all down. Super simple, no fluff, and by the end, you'll know if it's worth trying or not. Let's get into it. What is the Pomodoro technique? Okay, so first, what even is this Pomodoro thing? Basically, it's a super simple way to manage your time. All you do is this. You set a timer for 25 minutes. You work on one single task, like just one thing, no switching around. Then, when the timer goes off, you take a 5-minute break. That's called one Pomodoro. After 4 of those, so around 2 hours total, you take a longer break. Something like 15 to 30 minutes. You can stretch, eat, scroll a bit, whatever helps you reset. And believe it or not, this was created way back in the late 1980s by a guy named Francesco Cirillo. He actually used a tomato-shaped kitchen timer, and that's why it's called Pomodoro, which is Italian for tomato.
Kind of funny, right?
It's such a simple idea, but people still use it today, which says something. Why do people like it? So, why do people love it so much? Well, for starters, 25 minutes doesn't sound scary. Like, when you look at your whole to-do list, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But telling yourself, hey, I'll just work for 25 minutes, feels way more doable. It also forces you to focus. No multitasking, no checking your phone every 2 seconds. Just one task, one timer. That's it. And the breaks, I think this part is underrated. You get to rest without guilt. You're not just randomly scrolling and then feeling bad about it. You worked hard. You earned that break. Plus, if you tend to procrastinate like, I don't feel like doing anything, this method kind of tricks your brain into starting. Because once you start, it's way easier to keep going. Honestly, I've had those moments where I said just one Pomodoro, and I ended up working for 2 hours straight without even realizing it. Does it actually work? So, does it actually work? The short answer is, yeah, for a lot of people it really does. But also, it kind of depends. If you're someone who gets distracted easily, or you constantly jump from one thing to another, Pomodoro can help you stay on track. That 25-minute timer gives you a little push to stay focused. It's almost like a mini deadline. And deadlines, even tiny ones, can make a big difference. And here's the catch, some people find 25 minutes too short. Like, you just get into the flow of a task, and boom, the timer goes off. You're forced to stop, and that can be kind of annoying. Also, if you're doing something creative or deep, like writing, coding, designing, you might not want to break your concentration that often. So, yeah, it's not a perfect fit for every situation. But overall, it's a solid system, especially if you're feeling scattered. Who it works best for. Now, let's talk about who this works best for. If any of these sound like you get distracted a lot. You procrastinate more than you'd like to admit. Don't worry, we all do. You struggle with focus or sticking to one task. Or maybe you're just overwhelmed and don't know where to start. Then yeah, Pomodoro might really help. It's like giving your brain a mini plan. Instead of saying, I need to finish this huge project, you just say, okay, I'll work for 25 minutes. That's it. It keeps things manageable. And it helps build momentum. Once you finish one Pomodoro, you're like, hey, I can do another. My experience. Alright, so let me tell you a bit about my experience with it. When I first tried the Pomodoro technique, I honestly thought it was kind of silly. Like, how is a timer going to change the way I work? But I gave it a shot, and on those days when I was super distracted, like I couldn't stop checking my phone or jumping between tasks, Pomodoro helped me settle in. It gave me a reason to start, even when I didn't feel like it. That said, I didn't love being interrupted every 25 minutes, especially when I was in the flow. So, I ended up tweaking it a little. I started doing 40 minutes of focus, and then a 10-minute break. And honestly, that felt a lot better for me. So, yeah, the Pomodoro technique is more like a guideline than a strict rule. You can totally adjust it when it might not work. Now, to be fair, it's not going to work for everyone, and that's totally okay. If your work involves deep thinking or you need long periods of uninterrupted time, the 25-minute cutoff might be more distracting than helpful. Also, if timers stress you out, like if you hate hearing alarms or feel rushed, this method might actually make it harder to focus. So it's all about knowing yourself and what kind of work you're doing. There's no one-size-fits-all. And that's the truth.
Tips to make it work.
Alright, so if you do want to give it a try, here are a few tips to help you get the most out of it. 1. Use a timer app or site, like Tomato Timer or Focus Keeper. You don't need anything fancy. 2. Pick one task per Pomodoro. Don't jump between things. 3. Turn off notifications, like seriously, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. 4. Use the breaks, don't skip them. Walk, stretch, drink water, just step away for a bit. 5. Adjust the time if needed. Try 35ths or 45/10ths. Whatever helps you stay in the zone. Think of it as a tool, not a rule. Final thoughts. So yeah, final thoughts? The Pomodoro technique can work really well, especially if you need structure or you're just tired of getting nothing done. It's not about being perfect. It's just about starting and making progress a little at a time. And honestly, that's what productivity should be, right? Not pressure. Just progress. So try it out. Maybe today. Maybe even just one Pomodoro, just 25 minutes. See how it feels. And if it helps, awesome. If not, no big deal. There are other methods out there too. Alright, that's it from me. If you enjoyed this or found it helpful, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching Solution Station. I'll see you in the next one.